Hey you guys, it's Sharon. Are you guys super excited to get started? Because I am. So, really quickly before we get started, tomorrow I wanted to give you guys a few tips and pointers and kind of give you an idea of what to expect over the next month. Okay, so some of you have done a challenge before, some of you haven't. I'm going to switch it up a little bit each month and try and keep it fresh and new and fun for you guys, and fun for us as coaches too, so that we are accountable to our own journeys as well. So, just a couple of things. If you are doing Beachbody on demand, just know if you purchase over the weekend and it's not ready to go in the morning, it does take a little bit of time for it to unlock and download. So don't panic if it's been too long. Take that time. If you can't start tomorrow with your on-demand, take that time to set aside time to create a meal plan. Or I posted a link in our challenge group about, it was our prep night, and it goes into detail. It shows you how to use Beachbody on demand, how to use, where to find the nutrition plans, where to find resources. Also in the group, there is a files section in the challenge group that has a ton of resources. Use it. So there's recipes, there's trackers, there's Shakeology recipes, there's personal development suggestions, there's tons of resources in there. So utilize that as well if you need help with food ideas and recipes and all that kind of good stuff, okay? Let's see, what else do I want to... Okay, so each day in the group, to kind of give you an idea of how the challenge group will work, in the Challenge Tracker app, I will send a tutorial link on how that works, and it will explain how you log things. So you can log your workout each day. You can log your Shakeology, you can log your weight and measurements. And then each day at 3 p.m., I will post a post at the top of the page that says daily check-in. On that check-in, it will have 3 questions. Every day, I'll ask you what your high and low for the day is, mainly because I want you to start to really think about more of the positive stuff, and the negative things. I want you, when you think of those negative things, why it was negative and how you can change it to a positive for the day, okay? I'm going to ask you what your workout was, and then another question just to go along with the challenge, like what your lunch was, or what you did, what your favorite move in your workout was, or post a motivational quote in the comments. So each day that you comment on, you have to actually comment in that check-in post and answer the 3 questions. If you do that 7 days in a row for the week, you are entered into win weekly prizes. And I'll post like leaderboards and shout people out who are being super consistent and checking in. And that just is an added accountability for you guys, because it's easy just to click a button. But when you actually have to dig in and think about things and have that extra accountability to your coach, it really does make a difference in that check-in, especially as you get going, because you're going to have momentum at the beginning, and then things start to slow down as you keep going. You can forget super easy to check in. So that's kind of the purpose of those. Before we start tomorrow as well, make sure you take before and after pictures and measurements. I know that this is scary. I know that this is uncomfortable, but you are here to change your life, and it's gonna be uncomfortable at first. But I promise you, if you do that, you will thank yourself so much later on, because it will give you a guidepost of where you started and how far you've really come, because you're not going to notice those small little changes. You're not going to notice the inches you've lost on your legs, because it's so gradual, and you will maybe eventually, but those little ones add up, and you won't realize how much you've changed until you compare those pictures. Sometimes that's what you have to gauge your progress off of, and it makes such a difference, okay? We focus a lot on not just the scale and what you lose as far as weight or inches, but we focus on non-scale victories. We focus on our mental changes, because this is a lifestyle change. This isn't something that's easy, and it's going to be hard, and you're going to have days that are going to suck. But I promise, if you push through it, if you can break out of the mental that mental prison that we keep ourselves in, and that little bubble that we stay in our comfort zone, if you can break through that, your life will change. And not just by losing weight or some inches or maybe fitting into some new clothes, but you start to think differently. You start to act differently. You're more positive, and in turn you become a better mother and wife and friend and coworker, and all the things in your life start to come together, and life is better and it's happier. And just by making those simple changes to better yourself every day, it makes such a difference in your entire life, not just in how you feel personally, which is also so important. So that kind of leads me into my next point. After you take your before and after pictures, tomorrow I am going to ask you in your check-in to post them. I want you to take before and after pictures. Try and do it with as little clothing as you can, a sports bra and some pants, because if you have a big baggy shirt or you have baggy clothes on to try and cover, you won't see the progress as much. I will ask you to post those in the comments tomorrow. One, because I think it's important to get out of your head. We're in this together. We're here to support you. But two, I think this is such a fear for so many people that they don't do it and then they regret it later. So I want you to take them front view, side view, and from the back, because you would be shocked at the transformations from the back, because so many people can suck in and change their angle to make your stomach look good. You can't do that for your back. So that was one of the first things I noticed in my transformation was my back. So take it from all angles. Take it on a blank wall with as little, try and make it as good of lighting as you can. So I always take it in front of my door, white door, so that you can really see the changes. And then save it to your phone. You don't have to post it to your main profile on Facebook or anything like that unless you want to. And we're not going to steal your pictures and post them without your permission. But I promise you it makes a difference, okay? So post, make sure you do it. And then track it. So in the file section, there are trackers that you can track your measurements and your weight. Write it down. Write it in a journal. Keep a binder, something. I print those trackers in the file section, and I have a binder from day one when I started almost 2 years ago, and it's so fun to look back and see the progress on each single month of how much, I lost so many inches each month or whatever, and it's all those little tiny changes that make such a difference. So make sure you do it. Once you do it, you can track it in the app too, but once the group is over, it doesn't carry over, and digitally it's easier to erase and go away. So write it on paper. That's always best, and put it in a spot that is specifically for that. Okay? I talk about this as being a lifestyle and mindset, and that brings me to my last point of what I really want you to think about before you start this. Anytime you do anything to change, it's scary, and you get nervous and fearful, and what if I fail, and what if it doesn't work, and it's going to be hard, and how am I going to incorporate it into my life, okay? Those things are normal. It is normal to feel that way, but I promise you, when you feel that fear, that is a sign that change needs to happen. You know deep down what you need to do. It's just a matter of believing in yourself enough that you can do it. And I promise you, if I can do this, anyone can do this, you guys. Just keep on going. And as we go, I highly encourage you to read personal development as we go. Find an uplifting book. Listen to uplifting podcasts or motivational videos. You can subscribe to Darren Daily. It's Darren Hardy. He's the author of The Compound Effect. And he will text you a little motivational quote every morning that's 2 or 3 minutes long to help you along with your day. There's so many resources out there. A book that I highly recommend, and I have talked to my past challengers and my coaches to read during this challenge group, is a book called 50 Ways to Yay by Alexi Panos, I believe is her last name. You can get it on Amazon or Audible. and it's 50 different little daily things, and she gives you kind of an assignment each day, and those books like that help you change your mindset, to help you build belief, because it's not just about the physical, it's about the mental. And the mental transformation when you are losing weight is the hardest thing, because people get caught up in the scale not moving. They get caught up in the way they feel if they're not feeling as good as they were hoping, or they're not seeing results the way they thought they would, and so they get defeated and they quit. But really what's happening is it's so slow and steady that we don't notice it all the time. And switching your mindset and finding that self-belief and realizing that living a healthy lifestyle really is so much more beneficial than just the way we look, makes such a difference, you guys. It will change your life. It changes the way you think. Being in a state of growth is so key in this, okay? So last point, I found all these other things as I was talking, but last point, if you guys are here just to lose a certain number, to get to a certain pant size, or get to a certain number on a scale, and then you think you're done, it's not going to work. This is not a quick fix. This is not a, 30-day thing and then you get to your goal and you're done. This is a lifestyle. This is something you have to incorporate to create healthy habits. We should exercise 30 minutes a day for the rest of our lives. That's just fact, okay? We need to be incorporating healthy foods, not just for ourselves, but for our families, for our kids. And, a lot of people get frustrated because they're like, what am I going to feed my family? You feed your family what you feed yourself, okay? It is important that your family starts to learn these things. And it's a growing process. It's an adjustment on both ends. And it may take a while. Don't completely force it, but you have to set those standards and be the example. And I promise you, as you slowly incorporate things, your kids won't know any different. And they'll like what you're making. And it's healthy, and it's real food that everybody eats anyway. It's just prepared, healthy, and clean, okay? Figure out why it is you are here. Why are you in this group? Why are you doing this challenge? Because if it's just to lose weight, and it's just that one surface thing, you're gonna get frustrated. I'm not saying you're not gonna lose weight, because you will see results. If you follow the plan, if you follow the meal plan, if you do the workouts, if you drink your Shakeology every day, you will see major results, especially at the first. I'm talking 3, 4, 5 months down the road, when maybe your progress that goes like this starts to level out, okay? That's when it's easy to get comfortable and say, okay, I'm not doing anything, I give up, I'm just going to go back to my old habits, okay? I don't want that to happen to you. So I want you to really dig deep on why you want to be healthy. Why do you want to lose weight? What is motivating you to be here? Is it just a pant size? Is it your family? Or is it something bigger than that? I'll tell you a little bit about my why, and then I'll let you guys get back to your families. And we'll incorporate this throughout the group. My why is so much bigger than what I weighed. I was 100 pounds overweight. I have 2 little girls who I was teaching terrible habits to. We ate out all the time. They never ate anything healthy. And it was because I'm the parent. I was giving them those foods, and that's what I was teaching them. And my oldest daughter is 7 years old and has Down syndrome. And the likelihood of weight being an issue, of thyroid problems, of health problems in general, are much higher than an average kid, a typical kid. And as I was watching her one day when I was, being my fat self, and she wouldn't eat anything but McDonald's chicken nuggets for a while. And it made me really sit back and say, okay, at the time she was just had turned 5. She was a little past 5, I think. And I was like, okay, if I do not create habits for her now, when she's 10, 11, 12, 13, she's not going to eat anything else. She is going to be so stuck in her ways and on what I have taught her, that I'm going to be stuck and I am going to be regretting it when she's, you know, eating so unhealthy, and I am the one who caused it from the time she was a little kid. And so she is my why. She is why I push myself. She is why I am motivated every day, because I want to be an example to her. I want to teach her what it's like, and Lexi, both of my girls, to treat your body right, to love yourself and be comfortable with who you are. And that is what drives me. That is what pushes me. I could care less what the scale says. I don't care if I'm 200 pounds for the rest of my life, but if on paper I am healthy and I'm strong and I can run with my kids and I can play with them and I feel good, that is what matters. And that is what is so beautiful about Beachbody and their programs and these challenge groups and coaching and the whole encompassing bubble of it, is we are in this together to help push you, to help you remember your why, to help keep you accountable to your journey and to your health, because it is so crucial, not just to the way you look, but to every aspect of your life, okay? So I'm so excited to get to know you guys more and to watch you guys freaking kill it. Nothing motivates me more than to watch people take that leap of faith, because I know how hard it is, you guys. I know, I've been there, and I'm still there, and I'm still fighting. I'm still digging through the trenches with you. So you guys, embrace it and embrace your coach. If you are struggling, please reach out to us. We are here to help you. We know what it's like. So get ready to kill it. If you have questions, please let us know, and I'm so excited for you guys. Let's get this party started. See ya.